The Seychelles, a tropical Eden. But below the surface, this is no paradise. Conservationists from Nature Seychelles took us to Kuzan Island. Once this reef would have been teeming with vibrant fish. Now it's been reduced to rubble. The coral killed by warming seas, most of the fish long gone. Algae is taking over. A passing eagle ray pauses to feed before it too moves on. A coral graveyard that's a sure sign of climate change.
So this is a reef which actually has experienced two bleaching events in the past few decades, one in 1998 and one in 2016, both of which caused significant coral mortality, which has led to ongoing reef degradation. It's horrible to imagine that this is happening in many other reefs around the world. It's not just what we're seeing here. The Seychelles is going to be affected in many of the islands, and the bleaching event is likely to affect other areas too.
Just a rise of 1 or 2 degrees is enough for coral to turn a ghostly white, bleaching that becomes fatal unless the water cools. But this is also an opportunity. Nature Seychelles is selecting the survivors, growing fragments on ropes, then cementing them on the seabed. 24,000 transplants so far in an area the size of a football field, the beginnings of a more heat-resistant reef. Already fish are returning, but it is just a short-term fix.
What we're trying to do is maintain that ecosystem function whilst the world gets its act together and global corporations and governments start to actually make the changes which are necessary to really combat climate change. It should be a moral obligation for ourselves to make the choices and make the decisions that are necessary to solve that problem.
It is vital work. A quarter of all marine life depends on coral reefs. But the spikes in water temperature are becoming more common.
Satellite observations show that warm water is once again spreading across the Indian Ocean and is expected to arrive here in the Seychelles in the coming weeks with a significant risk of coral bleaching. But scientists just don't know what's happening in the deeper water around Aldabra, 600 miles away, because the reefs have been out of reach until now.
The Necton mission will use submersibles to survey the coral beyond the reach of scuba divers, and our Deep Ocean Live programs will follow the scientists down. But the coral gardeners of Nature Seychelles are doing whatever they can in the shallows, offering some hope in a warming ocean. Thomas Moore, Sky News in the Seychelles.